Nestled in northeastern Ohio's Mahoning County is the city of Youngstown. Youngstown was once one of the largest centers of steel production in the entire country. The precipitous decline of Youngstown started in the late 1970s as the city's first steel mills began to close. As time went by, Youngstown became synonymous with crime, corruption, hopelessness, and industrial decline. Youngstown became a place where politicians ventured every 4 years to make their campaign promises of hope and recovery.
We have some disagreements, but let's join together and let's make sure that we create the kind of America that we're proud of. If you'll vote for me, if you'll work with me, Youngstown, if you'll knock on some doors for me, if you'll talk to your friends and your neighbors, I promise you, we're not just going to win Ohio, we're going to win this election, and we're going to change the country and change the world. Thank you, everybody.
This is the story of a different Youngstown. A story of people still fighting to change perceptions, build ties, and fulfill a new dream of Youngstown.
The difference, though, today in today's Youngstown is, probably for the last 3 decades, we really didn't have, that was the only story. It was just no direction. We weren't really moving anywhere. We were still in denial. Crime was what became epidemic. The crack cocaine problem in the early 90s really expedited a lot of this problem. And we probably really bottomed out in probably the mid to late 1990s. Like a civic pride, mentality, and get people rallying around the city again. And so I came up with the Defend Youngstown logo, and I sat in the middle of downtown Youngstown with a sign. And I just, like Sally Field, I just held that sign up until people just started coming up and talking to me. I get more and more emails every single month from citizens that have lived in Youngstown, and it's basically the same theme all the time. It's like, look, 5 years ago I'd have never considered coming back to Youngstown. There was nothing here for me. Now I'm actually actively pursuing moving back here. I'm looking for employment because I want to be part of this. The other thing about Youngstown is that it's creating a magnet effect. The people are leaving here because they have to leave here, but the people that are staying or coming back are by choice. So I'm perfectly fine with the fact that if we have to get the city down to 40,000 people, I'm okay with that. If it's a culture that has now attracted through a magnet effect, attracting creative culture, because it doesn't take thousands upon thousands of citizens to revolutionize a city or an urban center. It takes a small consensus, a certain critical mass, a core, to really revolutionize change and thinking. And so I'm perfectly fine with the fact of a 40,000 population Youngstown stabilizing there, positioning itself for further development throughout. But everything we do and every fight that we fight, people here have to realize that they will probably never see the benefits of it in their lifetime. This is for the next generation.
My name is Jim Costa. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Youngstown Business Incubator, but I'm better known as its Chief Evangelist. Well, clearly manufacturing is not in our future, which was in our history. And I think if the area is going to prosper, it's going to have to prosper through the creation of its own technology-based companies or attraction of technology-based companies to the region. Well, I think the powers that be in the late 80s, early 90s learned that there's a tremendous amount of federal dollars for incubators as well as state operating dollars. In aggregate, our firms have about 280 employees, and this year we'll probably do around $70 million in combined sales. Well, we're the home of Turning Technologies, which launched in 2002, and last year was rated by Inc. magazine as the single fastest growing software company in the country. Into the Youngstown 2010 plan, I think the city clearly sees our vision and its value and our attraction capabilities. The city, though, however, has its financial problems, and so in terms of financial support, we've not received that from the city, but we certainly received the strong moral support of the mayor and the administration.
My name is Terry Hughes. I'm 28 years old. I've lived in this neighborhood for all my life. I lived closer to the outdoor park when I was younger till I was like 17. I would like to see the city take more control of the crime around this neighborhood. There's always gunshots that I hear and fighting. I would like to see, more police patrol, faster responses to 911 calls. When we first moved here, I was 18, like I said, and it was just me and my nephew. I would babysit him at night, and he would spend the night. And I came from a neighborhood where there was less crime. Well, it's the same neighborhood, but on my street, it was less crime. And I wasn't used to hearing the gunshots and everything. So when we moved here, I'm hearing gunshots right next door, coming from right next door. And we used to sleep in the closet because I would be scared, maybe a stray bullet would hit us or something like that. I would want to see my family still living here in Youngstown, in a safer Youngstown. Youngstown is you. The people are what make up Youngstown. If you say you want to leave Youngstown because there's nothing here and you go somewhere else, then I always say, just make sure wherever you go, you do something positive. You just do something, and don't just leave us high and dry. Come back and maybe teach us something or contribute to your hometown.